You were not born for comfort. You were born to grow. And growth, true soul deep growth, doesn't feel like blooming. It feels like burning. Like your skin no longer fits. Like you're being peeled open by invisible hands. It is raw. It is honest. And it is necessary. Still, most people resist this call. They spend their lives building fortresses around their routines. They decorate the walls with distractions. They tell themselves they're doing fine because nothing hurts too much. No waves, no fire, no truth. They call it stability. They call it having it all together. But deep down, they feel the dull ache, the heaviness, the slow death of purpose. Because comfort, when worshipped, becomes a cave, a padded, cozy cell that kills the spirit over time. But you are different. You wouldn't be here listening to this if you weren't. Deep inside you is a flicker, a remembering, a feeling that this life, this world, demands more of you. That your soul didn't come here to be numbed. It came here to wake up. The modern world trains us to chase ease, instant gratification, quick wins, soft cushions. We scroll to escape. We binge to forget. We chase likes instead of meaning. But the soul doesn't want easy. The soul wants depth. It craves the uncomfortable truths that stretch us into something greater. This is the warrior's path, not a warrior who fights with fists, but one who battles within every day. A warrior of presence, of integrity, of truth. To walk that path, something must die. Not a part of your body, but a part of your identity. The part of you that avoids, that hesitates, that conforms just enough to stay unnoticed. That part that says, maybe tomorrow, or it's not that bad. That version of you must die so the real one can live. Comfort isn't evil, but it lies. It tells you you're safe when you're shrinking. It tells you you're happy when you're numb. It whispers, stay here, it's warm. When your soul is trying to get your feet into the fire. And so, discomfort becomes sacred. The ache you feel when you try to step into something greater. That's your threshold. That's your invitation. Don't run from it. Study it. Sit with it. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? The death we're speaking of is not chaos. It's ceremony. It's spiritual surgery. It's sitting across from yourself and saying, I love you, but this version can no longer carry who I'm becoming. What needs to be? The version of you that always says yes, afraid to disappoint. The version that procrastinates on purpose, waiting for permission. The one who performs instead of feels. The one who chooses peace on the outside, but chaos on the inside. You know who they are. You've worn those masks for too long, and it's okay. You needed them once. They helped you survive. But now they're outdated tools for a new mission. You don't need to kill them with violence. You need to bury them with gratitude. Honor the roles they played. Then choose again. True transformation isn't a single event. It's a series of small deaths. Death to excuses. Death to distractions. Death to the lie that you are not ready. Letting go doesn't mean you lose who you are. It means you finally make room for who you really are, for the quiet clarity beneath the noise, for the fire that's always been burning behind your ribs, waiting for you to stop pretending. And from that fire, a different man emerges. He walks slower, but with purpose. He speaks less, but with truth. He doesn't chase, he attracts. He doesn't need a crowd to feel worthy. He doesn't flinch at discomfort because he knows it's the only way forward. He wakes up daily with the question, what must die in me today so that I can live more fully? That man is inside you, not someday, now. He's been waiting under layers of stories, distractions, and outdated programming. And now the door is open. This work won't be easy. The world will try to pull you back into comfort. Your old habits will seduce you. Fear will dress itself up as logic. But remember, your nervous system isn't wired for expansion. It's wired for safety. You must override it with vision, with faith, with daily action, and you won't always get it right. That's part of the journey. You'll stumble, you'll forget. But every time you choose discomfort over distraction, presence over pleasure, truth over approval, you grow. You become less of what the world tried to make you and more of what you were born to be. So how do you begin? You begin by slowing down, sitting in silence, listening, feeling, telling the truth even when it shakes your voice, saying no when it's easier to say yes, saying yes when it's terrifying. You begin by asking hard questions. Where am I hiding? Where have I grown too comfortable? What am I afraid will happen if I truly change? And then you act. Not tomorrow, now. You do the thing that scares you. You start the conversation. You quit the lie. You show up differently, not to be perfect, but to be real. That is the death of comfort. It's not just letting go of ease. It's choosing something more sacred, a life of depth, of alignment, of legacy. You weren't meant to coast. You weren't meant to sleepwalk through your one wild life. You were meant to rise, to stretch, to burn, and then to rise again. So let the old selves die. Let the false identities crumble. Mourn them if you must. Then thank them and walk on. You are not here to fit in. You are here to wake up. The world needs awakened men. Men who lead with presence, who live with fire, who aren't afraid to lose parts of themselves to find something truer. That man is already in you, and his time is now.